Today we're going to be checking out a game that I have been actually playing kind of low-key for the last 2 weeks. So welcome to probably the best farming game on Roblox, at least right now, that is called Farmstead. Now again, I've been wanting to do a video on this for literally the last couple days, but I haven't really gotten the chance to. So today we're going to be going over pretty much everything. I've made a lot of progress in this game, as you can see. So I'm going to give you guys a quick breakdown, explaining how everything kind of works, and of course, link the game at the very top of the comments so you can go and check it out for yourself. I highly suggest that you do. And for those of you that have been with my channel since I used to cover islands, you guys are going to absolutely love this. So again, like I mentioned, we are right now inside of my farm. The game is extremely interesting and super simple. It's kind of like islands mixed with a little bit of RuneScape, if you guys have ever played that. There is no combat in the game. It is purely kind of farming and skilling, because aside from the fact that you get to farm, you also get to do mining, wood cutting, as well as fishing and future skills that will be added into the game. I believe currently they're working on cooking, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Now over here is kind of like your progression sort of board or whatever. Currently in the game, every single skill has 10 levels. In my case, I have max level farming, which means that it's level 10. I have level 3 fishing, level 7 foraging, mining, and wood cutting. Now, as you progress through all of these levels, this is where it's kind of similar to RuneScape. If you notice on the left-hand side over here, there's a button called Skill Capes. I believe when you hit level 5, maybe even level 3, you're given your first skill cape of whatever skill you're working on at the moment. So if you notice over here, my very first two are farming competency and farming proficiency. If I switch over to the first one and I turn my character around, you guys will notice that this one doesn't have any type of animation, and it's because this is the halfway point of you getting to max level. And of course, once you hit max level, you get this really cool looking cape, and this is the same exact thing for every single one of the different skills. So this would be foraging. Keep going down, this is the mining cape, and then of course the wood cutting cape. So very cool little aspect. I used to play a lot of RuneScape, so I definitely love that touch. But for the most part, farming has been my thing, so I'm going to put on the farming cape. Now, when you first jump into the game, you will only have access to this area right over here, as well as crossing this bridge right here, where you're then led to this little island section and this island to the left-hand side as well. This map is broken up into, I believe, 3 different regions. It could be 4. Let me see. There's that region over there, so that would be region number 2. Up there's another one, number 3, and then the tropical. So 4 regions, and each one of these will be unlocked as you progress further into the game. Oh, look, my jams are done over here. Let me actually collect all of these, because we're going to head on over to the town, and I'm going to show you guys why exactly there is different regions in this game. So if we go ahead and jump on our boat here, sail on over to the main town hub. This is where you will be completing quests, as well as doing a lot of your, I guess, kind of like unlocking and many different things, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But overall, this will be the most important guy in the entire game for you, Trader Tom. This guy right here will be the one that you sell everything to, which in my case, I'm going to be selling some of these cranberry jellies. So that way I'm able to go ahead and rack in 104,720 coins. But aside from selling from him, you will also be purchasing seeds from this individual. Now, currently in the game, these are every single one of the seeds that are available. On the bottom left-hand side, you'll notice that there is a filter for regions. This is why unlocking regions is extremely important, because some of these seeds will only be able to be planted in that specific region. To my knowledge, I believe that the best thing to work on right now is cranberry. I could be wrong, because there is a lot of testers in the game that are like super duper pro, and they know like the fine little details of everything. And I haven't exactly gotten there yet, but personally what I've been doing is cranberry, and the only place to grow this is in the mountain region. Each seed of these costs 114 coins, but it takes 50 minutes for it to grow, and then it takes roughly around another 3 minutes for me to turn it into jam. Now, if you notice, in my actual farm, kind of like island or whatever, I went ahead and redeemed all of the jam from the individual barrels that I had off to the side, and that's something that you will be able to do later on in the game. When you first start off, you'll probably have to use the preserve barrel that is inside of the town until you're obviously able to go ahead and afford to purchase a bunch of them inside of your farm. There's also places where you can go ahead and put in some of your foraging items for fertilizer. Over here, you have a place where you can put in some of your ores that you mine to turn into bars and get more money out of them. And then there is Brooks the blacksmith. Talking to him will not only get you specific quests for this NPC, but he will also be selling you all of the individual upgrades that you need. In order to unlock a lot of these upgrades, you have to have the specific level of that skill that you're trying to do. So for instance, my fishing is not really all that high. So in order for me to get the fiberglass fishing rod, I need to be level 4 fishing. Same for the carbon one, level 7, and the gold one being level 10. I would also like to point out that if we open up the perk section over here, there's actually no game passes in this game, which is kind of crazy. Obviously, there is coins and gems that you can purchase, as well as some boosts. But if I'm going to be completely honest, these boosts are really not all that crazy and definitely not necessary at all. On the other hand, these items down here can be purchased with Robux, but can also be purchased with in-game gems that you get from completing quests. The water sprayer as well as the planter cart are probably your best option. I didn't purchase the middle one, but it's actually pretty cool. It lets you have a backpack on that has 100 water, and it just makes your life a lot easier when you're trying to water all your crops instead of holding on to the watering can that really upgraded only does till about, I think, 20. I don't even know because I haven't been purchasing them, but yeah, so basically the silver watering can hold up to 15, and then if you spend 250 gems, obviously by doing quest, you can get the golden one that holds 25. Again, this game is super cool. There's so much content, dude. I haven't even gone over probably like 10% of everything. Over on this side, you have a crafting table for you to be able to make other different items that you actually cannot purchase from the shop inside of your farm. I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. We'll head on over back to my farm and we'll look at that. But yeah, overall, there is other NPCs kind of around that have different quests. And then finally, there is this building over here. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get into this because in order for you to gain access to the building that I guess would be called, I don't even know what it's called, to be honest, but basically it's for the most skilled farmers. If I go ahead and talk to her and ask her if I'm worthy enough, she says, you show great skill, but you are not ready. And the reason for this is because you need to have level 7 of every single skill. I'm obviously missing fishing, but hopefully I'll be able to get in there. I still have no idea what's even inside of there, but I'm definitely excited to figure it out. And hopefully if you guys enjoyed this, I'll make a follow-up video. Now, opening up the traveling tab here, you guys will see you can visit other people's farms if you want, assuming that they have them open. You can also harvest in other people's farms, which you can see who has harvesting enabled. And it's actually kind of interesting because you can go into other people's farms, harvest, but certain people can have different settings. Oh my God, this farm is beautiful. Bro, what? This looks so sick. They got the sprinklers set up. Oh my God, this looks amazing. Look at the whole entire animal section that they have up here. Bro, this is talent. Anyways, so like I was saying, so basically you're able to harvest out of other people's places, but if they have the setting turned on where it gives them all of the actual rewards from the harvesting, then you won't keep any, but you will get the EXP for it. So for example, in this person's case, I'm not going to go ahead and do it, but I could go ahead and technically chop down this tree. I'll get the XP for it, but the wood that drops from that tree will be automatically deposited into the silo, which is the storage system of this individual player. So that's more or less how it works. Kind of wonder what they have going on over here. They must be building something still here. Yeah, they're still building. This is so crazy. Either way, coming back over here to my farm, I can show you guys some of the crazy things that they have. So if we go into the build menu, you have the free ability to build whatever you want. Anything and everything can be moved here, deleted, and that also even includes the animals. Like for instance, right over here, technically, there should only be a male and female cow in here. So let's grab this one. We're going to sell it because a fully grown cow sells for 1,000 coins, and they will go ahead and get back to doing that. Over here, we also have a not fully grown cow. So I'm going to grab that one, move it outside, and we'll let that get back to its thing. And then over here, we have another one that's fully grown. So let's sell that one and we're good to go. On the top, you'll see that there is a shop menu. Inside of here is where you will be able to purchase every single little thing that you want. There is so many options, dude. Like it's insane. I'm telling you, there is a crazy amount of content in this game to the point where I still haven't even unlocked a lot of them. Now, they are kind of split up into different categories. So you have structures, which these don't really do anything, but it does add a nice aesthetic feel to your farm. You have functional, which every single item that it's inside of here has a purpose. You have the large scarecrow, which you need to place down on your crops in order to be able to scare away the crows so that they don't take some of your crops. You got the mushroom box, which is basically this that I have over here. It grows out all the individual mushrooms that you will need in order to make fertilizer. Because if you don't have these boxes, then you basically have to kind of wait for the mushrooms to grow randomly, and then you can pick them up, which gives you foraging XP. I know it's a lot to take in, and that's the reason why I'm making this video before I go ahead and make a follow-up one of me showing you guys maybe an update or something that I built. And of course, that way it gives you guys a general idea when you do hop into the game for yourself. But now let's make our way over to the region where I'm kind of working in right now, which is the mountain region. Told you guys before, I'm growing cranberry over here, which obviously there isn't any because I just kind of pulled out the crop recently, but this is kind of what I'm working with right now. This is my whole entire land. The watering backpack that I have on is going to be really useful right now because, well, as you can see, everything is extremely dry right now. So not only do I need to add water, but I also need to go ahead and put down some fertilizer. But if you take a look right here, this is basically all that the entire 100 slot backpack went ahead and kind of watered. So just get a general idea, if I had a watering can, just how many times I would have to come back and forth from this well. So the watering backpack is definitely 100% worth it. Now, if we take a look over here at the fertilizer, I have this machine, which is the planter cart. This can not only plant your seeds, but it can also put down fertilizer. So that's basically what it looks like. I can go ahead now and place down all the fertilizer that I have, which I don't really have any on me right now. It's all inside of my silo, but you get the general idea. Now over here, the scythe, this is how you go ahead and not only clean up all of the foraging in the area, so that way you can, obviously place down whatever it is that you want to place, but this is also what you will use to take all of your crop out of the ground once it has grown. You got yourself your pickaxe, which this will be for mining. Let me see if I can find myself an ore around here. Perfect. Right here, there's a rock. You go ahead and mine it, and there you go. Each pickaxe does a different amount of damage. Then you have the cultivator. This is basically how you will be able to make different plots for all of your crops, just like that. And it's also the same way how you will remove all of your farms, because you can only have a certain amount of farms. And then finally, the axe, which is pretty self-explanatory. This is what you will be cutting down your trees with. Overall, man, it's a really, really good game. I've been playing it nonstop, and the developer is literally just a single person. It's kind of crazy, but yes, it is just a single person. I should probably go ahead and start feeding my animals here. Let's go ahead and put some food in. And we're also going to grab an empty bucket and grab some water for them. So that way we can get the hearts kind of flowing between both of these animals. Let me fill this one up over here as well. So if you notice, there's no hearts around them. Once they go ahead and get their food and water in, we should be able to see some hearts kind of floating around. All right, there we go. So now hearts are floating around them, which means that they are very happy. And I technically do not need to worry about this anymore. You can kind of see the hearts popping up every now and then. Then over here, we got ourselves all of the eggs that are being provided by the chicken. We also have to give them food and some water. The game is just really unique, man. I love it. Over here, you have fishing. Same exact concept. You throw it out. Wait until the fish kind of brings down the bob all the way underwater. You'll see it right there. Then you pull and you caught your fish. It is such a cool game, man. I'm really hoping that you guys like it just as much as I do. If you want to see some more videos on it, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy it, we'll be mixing into my restaurant with some Farmstead. I'm excited to read the comments on this video, especially once you guys check out the game for yourself. That's going to go ahead and do it for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.